Hey there, welcome back. Thanks for rejoining me. This video is going to be about going through the basic command tutorial. So we're now right back where I left you when we entered the realms, and in front of you there's going to be a sign. So we're going to read that sign, and basically that sign talks about how you can go through this basic command tutorial. Now, the thing that I would really want to suggest is that you read all the signs. Like I said in my last video, the journal that you have in your hand is going to collect and keep track of all the signs that you've read, and if you read all the signs of the tutorial, that will give you quest experience when you go to leave the tutorial. So basically, they're suggesting that you go through this if you've never experienced MUDs before. We're going to go through it anyway, just because there's a survey at the end that you get gold coins from, and for those people who may not be familiar with the commands for a MUD. So we've entered the portal, and we have been transported somewhere else. And right now there's a voice that's telling us that if we really want, we can skip this, but we're going to continue. And now it's telling us that we've woken up in this void and that we have eyes, and therefore we can look around and see what's around us. So this is a really important command, is to look and examine what is in the room that you're in, and it gives you more information about what is there and where you can go and what you might be able to find in that room. So we're going to look, and we're seeing that we're in a cloud-like room with one clear path forward, and it's showing that there's an obvious exit. So basically we're going to go north because that's the only obvious exit, and we start moving that way, and the clouds are closing behind us, and we're now moving into a forest. And it's telling us that there's an urge for us to continue to move forward, and the voice is telling us to move forward down this path. So we're going to continue down the path following where it says where the obvious exit is. Now, one of the things that you should know is that you don't have to write out the whole direction. You can actually use your abbreviations, such as W for west and W for northwest. So we're going to start to do that. So now we've continued down the path further, and it's now telling us that it's going in the north direction. All of a sudden, there's a flash, and there's an artifact that's on the path. So we might want to check that out and see what it is. So we're going to get that artifact, like it's telling us. Get artifact. And now that we have it, we can check what it is by looking in our inventory, and that's abbreviated with an I. So now we can see that we have coins. Oh, I didn't even realize that we had coins, which is really great. So we've got coins, and we've got a sword. That's the artifact that we just picked up. And of course the tutorial journal, the map, and the newbie pin that we got when we first entered the game. So the voice is basically suggesting that we wield the sword. So we are wielding our sword and ready for it to be used, and we're going to continue forward on the path going north. Now it says that the woods are close behind you and you can continue to move forward. And there is still a path, and it looks like there might be a clearing ahead. So we're going to continue to go north. And all of a sudden something is coming to block our path as a serpent. So we're going to try to kill it because we still want to go down that path. Kill serpent. So this is basically what combat looks like in Genesis. It's all in text form. There's no numbers. You'll notice that about Genesis, that we don't really use numbers. Everything is in description in terms of the way that things are moving forward. So you're not going to really see a lot of numbers in Genesis in terms of hit points or anything like that. It's all going to be descriptive and in and in an immersive kind of way. Okay, so we've now killed the serpent, and we can continue to go north. And all of a sudden our sword has disappeared, so I guess the tutorial is taking the sword away from us. I'm sure we can get another one later on. And we have come to a clearing, and there is a cliff wall in front of us. And it's suggesting for us to examine the cave. And it looks like that a cave is going to be big enough for us to enter, so we're going to go ahead and enter cave. So as we've entered the cave, all of a sudden the entrance closed behind us. So now we are in a dark room, and the voice is suggesting that we search the room. So when you search a room, this oftentimes will give you more information about the room that you're in to find certain things that might be in the room, or you can search different aspects in a room or different objects in a room to find more things. I'm going to search. And as we search, we're finding writing on the wall, and it says that we can read it. So we're going to read writing. And the writing says, "To find me, you must press the button." And there's a button underneath the writing, so we're going to push that button. Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't suggest that you just go around pushing buttons and entering portals and going into places without kind of being a little more cautious, but it's the tutorial, and we know that it's probably pretty safe. So after pushing the button, we are now in a glowing chamber, and we are feeling warm and safe. And there's a sign here, so we're going to read the sign. And the sign is telling us that we have finished the basic command tutorial, and that we can now enter Green Hollow and go to Silverdell. So we are going to enter portal. And it's telling us now, wait, if you want, you could take a survey. So I really recommend that you take the survey. I'm not, just because it's giving private information about myself, but you should really take it. You're going to get some gold coins from the survey, and that'll help you with other things once we start adventuring more. So go ahead and do that, and then afterwards you will enter the portal, and we are right back where we started in terms of the main tutorial, and we're ready to go. So we can really start adventuring now and seeing what there is to find. And I think that the next step is just familiarizing yourself with some of the other aspects. Like now you can maybe examine yourself. So if I examine myself, it tells me I'm a novice, and it gives my description, and that I'm feeling well, and that's really great. And it looks like there's someone else standing here, and they're introducing themselves to me, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself to them. There's actually two people in the room, so we're going to say hello, and you do that by introducing yourself. It's not a given that you're going to know who everyone is. When you meet people, you're going to see their long description, not their name description, until you've met them. And that's something that's really important to playing the game and learning your way around and meeting friends and enemies. So the other thing that's going to tell you who's online at the time is you're going to type the command who, and that tells you who's actually in the game right now. So the top portion are the people that are those that you know, including the wizards, and then the balance is all the other people that are currently playing the game. So if you met any of those people, it would be a long description and not their name that you would see. The other thing that you should check out is the newbie pin list, which is end list pin, And that gives you the list of all the newbie helpers and the fellow newbies that are in the game at the time. And if you want to chat with anyone or need help, you basically want to say something on the Intel line. So you would type Intel and say, "Hi, I'm new." And there's a bunch of rules that you should check out. That's under N rules, and that'll tell you what's appropriate for the Intel line. And now everyone's saying hello. So I think it's really exciting that everyone's welcoming, and you'll see that people are really interested in helping. And if you have any questions, you can always go there and ask for information that will help you in your journey. Anyway, that's it for now. In the next video, we're going to start our journey towards Silverdell. So I look forward to having you back for that. And I guess that's it. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me again.